Siyabingelela ubingelelo Babu Dokotela Babu Isizwe Babu ujabulile umfana omuhle njengekhehle lomlungu umzukulu kaMancengezi. Siyashutha ke namhlanje sishutha into ezosiza wena esizokusho lana it's not intended to harm or hate anyone. Indawo esishuthela kuyona it's a Nedbank house building. We are situated 19th floor, suite 1904 to 1905. Our studio is called Studio 1 Dark Room. Thank you.
It's a new day, a brand new day, a wonderful day with our host, Babu Dokotela. Greetings, Babu Dokotela.
I greet everybody.
Thank you very much, Babu Dokotela. Today we are discussing a very important topic, Amanyunduluka or Abatswepi. But before we get to that one, Babu Dokotela, I want us to go through some questions that I've prepared for you. Babu Dokotela, when you say vala izitha ngelanga, what do you mean?
Yeah. Block your enemies using the power of the sun.
Not nice food there.
You see this one? This is not what you normally see on soapies whereby they keep... Abu, did you know that the food that they use for acting, it is rubber?
Yeah.
It is always there. You're not allowed to touch it.
It's rubber?
No, it's rubber. On acting, they don't have time to gross up. It is rubber. Wow. They bite something that is not beaten.
Are you sure that other one is not rubber?
It's not rubber. This is global food, quality food.
Okay.
You only eat this if you afford, not if you got money. As long as you afford to live this quality lifestyle. This is what we call global food. We don't carry lunch boxes.
Okay.
Even juice. This is not a man-made. This is a machine-made. I don't eat anything from men. Man has things that I don't eat. I eat something from a woman.
A woman.
I can hear a man says, "Oh, this is man-made. Oh, you like men so much." He even praises him, which means that man has given to you.
It's either it's machine or woman-made.
Oh, a woman-made, not man-made. If it's man-made, no. I don't like it. I hate men WhatsApping with me. No. Stop WhatsApping. Okay, let's go back to the topic. You were asking a question about how to use the power of the sun.
Sure.
To repel your enemies, to stop your enemies, to make your enemies walk away from you. Let me correct the spelling. There is no need to challenge your enemies. I have to say this. There is no need to challenge your enemies. Your enemies are greater than you in number. And remember that as a human being, your enemies are smarter than you. Never underestimate your enemies. Yeah. They are smarter than you and they've got enough budget
to deal with you.
To deal with you only. They can stop certain things and deal with you. And you currently raise no budget to deal with the enemies. And number two, you don't know their face. Most of the time, you only know one person and the rest are faceless. And the people that you are parading, walking, sleeping on trenches with them, shaking hands, those people could be your enemies. That is why when you come to Inyanga, you come to a professional traditional health practitioner. If you ask him that Babu Dokotela has said that you people have got power to use the power of the sun in order to repel my enemies. When you repel your enemies, you must make sure that you waste your enemy. Your enemies must be wasted. They must leave the orphans behind. You don't have to punch the stomach, punch the nose, because this is an enemy. Lastly, but let me tell you the truth. What is thought by your enemy, it is lethal. Your enemy is not thinking about your birthday. No. This is not about the birthday. The enemy, it is so toxic. It's toxic than Schedule 7 drugs. You cannot prescribe anyone because your enemies, the way they are so rude, you don't wish them anyone to be transferred to because you know how much you have suffered through this particular person. Even if your brother is your enemy, let me tell you, waste him. Waste him. God will say nothing. We prove otherwise, whereby Cain and Amel, they have to quarrel in a tavern. And that guy just pick up a brick and then he hit him hard. And then God sent no police to come and remove him. Begitela was there. And he said nothing. Malema was there. He said nothing. And then there are times whereby you need to waste your enemy using the power of the sun. How you use the power of the sun? We give you Moti. But that muti, the problem about that muti, it is dangerous on its own. Because when you take that muti, just a muti, you wrap it in your body like this, your skin start to have shingles, like start to itch as if you got eczema.
Sure.
And then that is a poison that we added there. Why it does that? It because we normally add the head, the tail, and the trunk of the black mamba. Let me repeat. We add the head, the trunk, and the tail, which means we need to get the full snake. The snake has all those head, trunk, head. We take the snake and then we grind it. We grind it and then we put it into that muti. All we ask from you, wait till the sun is about to set. When it's about to set, when it starts to be reddish, start to bath and command the power of the black mamba. Let the sun sit with my enemies. Bite them, bite them, bite them, bite them. When they start to talk about you, they'll start to quarrel and shoot each other. That is how you have to punch the enemy. Because when you deal with the enemy like Babu Dokotela. I don't beg my enemies. I deal with them powerful. That is why I say to you, stop tempering yourself, wasting yourself with those fake nyangas or people who pretend to be will be helping you up when it comes to enemies. Deal with the enemies using the power of the sun. Because people don't understand the power of the sun. There is power there. Because sun on its own, there are demonic around the sun called a goddess of the sun. There is power when the sun is about to rise, and there's a power when the sun is about to set. We have to understand. Next time, I'll tell you the power of the sun when it's about to rise. Thank you.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. Now, Babu Dokotela, let's talk about the issue of infertility among these good, focused, successful women. The middle class, they have a problem of infertility. And at the end of the day, they end up adopting kids from orphanages. But deep down, they want kids of their own. How can we help these people?
Being a fatherless or motherless person, it is equal the same having Rolls-Royce, Porsche, Lamborghini without driver's license. Whenever you need to go somewhere else, you need someone to drive a car for you. But it is your car. It is your car. Yeah, if you don't have a child, sometimes if you pray, you just fake because you know what you are praying for. It's not what you ask, but normally you wish you have a own child. You can pray for a business not to collapse, but as long as you know that you got no child, it worrisome. But there are people that their infertility is due to medical condition that cannot be reversed. We don't have to sit here as traditional health practitioners, tell people that if you got infertility deficiency syndrome, come to me quickly. I'll help you. Make sure that you come to me. If I were you, I should be here already. No. There are people, because they are pursuing their career, they don't want to fall pregnant unless they've planned everything accordingly. Some people, they said, no, we must get married first before we embark on having children. There's nothing wrong about it. Even pursuing your career, it's one of the good things. We support it. But now, people, they pursue their career while they keep on failing at all times till they reach the age of 32. And then at the age of 35, they get married. And then they still have to do another doctorate degree. They cannot get a child because that will disturb them. Doctorate degree is another 2 years. And
it's trainers.
Yes, trainers. I thought it's free.
PhD?
Yes.
No, you get a bachelor is very easy.
Yes.
But the amount of work.
And the time.
The sleepless hours.
Yeah,
you need massage at least 2 times a month or 4 times a month.
And at the time you complete your PhD, you'll be 43 years, graduated as PhD in lying department where you'll be lying a lot. PhD in chemistry, and you're 43 years old. Thereafter, once you got the PhD, you have to work for 2 years just to put yourself back again. You got 45 years old, and your cervical area, it is so hard. It's difficult for any sperm to ferment anything there. Thereafter, you are starting to ask for help. You've been using prevention method. family planning since you were 16 years old.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Because we never abstained.
You never abstained. Since you started to do sex at the age of 14 and you took it serious when you were age of 16, you started to use contraceptive pills for the next of 20 to 30 years. What is going to happen now? You don't want to know that it's going to take you another 15 years to align yourself well. The time you align yourself well, you will be 59 years old. That is why infertility to educated and very rich people, it is so high. We as Babu Dokotela, we came to a resolution that we understand what is happening to them. Number one, we need to clean their colon. Once you do colon cleansing, but the problem about the colon cleansing, that chemical, that herbal product that we are using, it is so potent. It is so potent in such a way that in a syringe bulb, in isiZulu call it uqatha, we normally urge people to use 10 to 20 ml dosage, what we call ilungu isiZulu.
Okay.
Yes, 10 to 20 ml, that's all. You cannot tolerate to put more than that. We're only doing colon cleansing. Thereafter, you have to take oral medication that will able to deal with the cervical area. And thereafter, we have to give something that will neutralize your stress, because stress with infertility goes hand in hand. Okay, that is what we are saying. Firstly, you have to deal with colon cleansing. Thereafter, you have to take oral medication. And thereafter, you have to give a calming medication that will able to calm down your stress. And more likely, if you want to fall pregnant, the tea that you are drinking, it has importance as well. Because if you are taking like rooibos, don't intend that you'll quickly fall pregnant. Just take another calming teas, like any other herbal tea, but just try to change the bitter taste of the tea, because it's in you. Put something that will be vibe in your body again.
Or some honey.
Even honey, less sugar. Try to reduce sugar. Put honey instead of sugar.
Sure.
There's so many teas that you can use. I'm not intended to advertise them, but just to look out for another herbal teas. But come out from the current one that you're using, or move to rooibos, or move to something else. There's so many. So that your body will start to revitalize itself. Thereafter, change the time that you normally used to sleep. You were sleeping at 10 o'clock. Try to sleep at 8 o'clock. So that your whole body will change. It will reverse everything. You were waking up at 4 o'clock and prepared to gym. No, try to wake up at 6 o'clock. So that your body, it will be like a new version. You're only pressing a reset button. Try to switch off your phone early, especially the business phone. So that you are not going to be receiving bad news or good news at all times. Because we are trying to fall pregnant within a period of 3 months. Definitely, we as Nyanga, we can always help you, but you have to be prepared. That is not a one solution like a one pill. It's not talking about presence pill. We're talking about the treatment that we have to use for a certain period of time, but you will fall pregnant within the period of 30 days, as long as you've got someone who's not using a condom as well. The reason why you're using a condom, because since you started to use condom, you were the age of 15 years old.
Yeah.
You've been penetrated by a condom, by means of condoms. What is happening there? The condom is not dry. Why it is wet? In order to be wet, there is a jelly-like substance.
Sure.
That jelly-like substance, when they penetrate into your cervical part, your organ, vaginal canal, that lubricating, it always remain inside your body. And it accumulate. It has a benzopyrene. What I mean benzopyrene, they use benzene in order to make the condom soft.
Okay.
And then that benzopyrene, it get flooded into your womb. For the next 20 years, as long as you've been penetrated using a condom. And thereafter, for you to fall pregnant, this is mere difficult. Because of this benzene, cervical pollution of benzene that you've been pushed. And then let me tell you this. Some condoms has menthol. Some condoms are benzene now. No, bananas, strawberry. They've got flavor.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that one on the internet.
Yes, they've got flavor. Go to adult shops. Ask for flavored condoms. When you open it, it smells very nice.
Strawberry flavor.
Whatever has been added there, you are going to use a woman as a dumping zone. Because that condom, once you push it inside, when you pull it, take it out, there's no flavor again. Because every waste you just left it there. And that is why it is 10 times hard for them to fall pregnant because there are so many things that are around cervical pollution. I'm not talking about cervical cancer. I'm talking about cervical pollution. Even though at the end of the day they end up having cancers. No one is business as long as condoms are sold. Thank you.
It's tough, eh?
Sadla
No,
Woolworths. This is Woolworths. Look how soft it is. Look how soft it is. Look how soft it is. But if it was your samosa, the one that you purchased from the corner,
it will crack.
it will crack and it will be very hard to. Babu Dokotela, Babu says, Babu Jomlile, udla usamosa uphethe 10,000. Hayi madoda idliwa njani lento? Ake sibone. 10,000 hlala mnandi nje nosamosa. What is this? Crozianti. Yo,
Cross Andy.
this is life. This is KZN. Not by mistake. You got a president. Babu Ngizwe. You got a king. Inkosi yamaNazaretha uNyasi. It's a king.
Right.
Yes, Inkosi yamaNazaretha. In isiZulu call it Inkosi yamaNazaretha, which means it's a king. You got a president. We got the inaugurated king.
Babu Dokotela, the study of culture says culture has got components. One of the components being the language, symbols, religion. But you can see in Japan they have Shinto.
Oh, yes.
Which is their religion. In China they have Buddhism or Taoism, which is also their religion.
Yes.
The English got their Christianity, India, what. There is all these major components are attached to these nations. What do we have as Africans as our major components being religion?
I take this first so that you'll know. Then you'll know. I think you need to know. Take some.
Right.
Take samosa too so that you'll know. These things, they need samosa now.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, it's nice to work for Babu Dokotela. Yo,
Hey.
this is Gucci. You didn't see this is Gucci.
Wow.
Yeah, this is Gucci. You didn't know. This one is not Gucci. Don't see. I'm not talking.
It's Gucci
T-shirt?
through and through.
Oh, did I say through? Okay, let's go back to our question because you watched this channel in order to ascertain information that you once refused. In Japan, and let me go to Japan. Japan literally is called Japan. In Japan, there is 1% Christianity. Reason why?
Japan is?
Japan.
That's how they pronounce it.
Yes.
How?
Japan is English.
Is it because, I've seen in soccer, there's a coach which if you read his name, it's like Jose.
Yes.
But they call him Jose.
Jose.
Jose Moreno.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. In Japan, there's 1% Christianity. The beauty about it, when I did that study, I came to a resolution. Who are those Christianity? Are people who are not of origin. Foreigners who are in Japan. There are 1% foreigners in Japan.
All right.
Those foreigners they are only
Christians.
practicing Christianity. Because they are foreigners, when they live their Christianity as well. They are not adopting anything from Japan. In Japan alone, there's Shinto. There is partially Buddhism. It's partially, almost 20% they practice Buddha, and the rest is Shinto. And then the beauty about it, Shinto, it is in Japan. Every document is in Japan. It's not in English. You are not allowed to translate it to English. Everything is in Japanese. It's like Quran. Literally, the fundamental pillars of Quran, it must be in
Arabic.
Hebrew, in Arabic.
Yeah.
In Arabic. Nothing, not in Afrikaans, not in Shona, but in Arabic. Because of the expansion of Islam, now you find it in isiZulu. But the translation is not fairly the same as the core Quran. Now let's go to China. China, people, they don't understand China. China, it is a different country on its own. It is very large. Most part of China is desert. People don't know that. Most part of Australia is desert.
Like Russia.
Most part of South Africa is desert. Most parts of America is desert. People forget about it. Like Russia, most of parts of Russia is desert.
Yes.
China, they have forced people by sweat to speak Mandarin. No matter where you are in China, you desert your language and then you speak Mandarin. First Chinese civilization, they were practicing what is called Taoism. And because of Chinese, they stole Kung Fu from India and they stole Buddhism from India. Buddhism, it is originally practiced in India and they stole it. Now, Chinese, it is more likely Buddha is not a Chinese personality. It's from northeast part of India, India. That is Buddha. Now they practice Taoism, but now Buddha is like Christianity there. Every corner there's a temple of Buddha. In India, last time we checked 15 years ago when we were doing, I did that study of mythology. People don't know that. When we were doing the study of mythology, we found out that in India, they had 130 million gods with a population of 1.1 billion. They had 130 million gods. But the active god that they worship, it is Krishna. Most like a Hindi, Gujarati, they worship Krishna. They all chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. That is them. Go to Middle East. They practice Arabic. They strongly believe to their Allah. They strongly believe to Allah. There's nothing wrong about it, and I like it. The beauty about it, in Islam, they do everything in Arabic. But the problem about Islam, they want you to abort your culture and take theirs. Since in your culture there's nothing wrong about eating pork, they'll teach you now you must not eat pork.
Sure.
In Arabic, if there was nothing wrong about using a toilet paper for cleaning in a bathroom, they'll force you to use a hand when you practice, because they want you to bail out what you were doing and convert into them fully. If you didn't like to shave, now they'll force you to shave, not to shave, so that you can have beard. Beard distinguish a man and a woman. You can cut your hair, but you must have beard most of the time.
Sure.
And then they'll teach you now, you cannot wear anything with a long pants that touches your knees, and everything must hang up.
You must roll it up a little bit. Yeah.
You can roll it up, or it must literally hang up. There's nothing wrong. I like it because you came to their religion. You have to take everything that they teach you. Come to Africans. Africans, they are forced to repent to those foreign religions.
Meaning what happened? The nation of repentance.
Yes, a nation of repentance. What happened to our study of indigenous African beliefs? What happened to that? What happened? Because even the study of the Bible as a whole, the whole concept, Yeshua HaMashiach, he has made promises to Jews about the heaven. But the Bible does not promise anything Africans. There's nothing that is promised by the Bible about Africans. When they were cutting the Bible, it was if we were absence, we were not existing the time of the Bible, because the whole religions, it does not include any of those religions. They've got no space for Africans. But our duty is to repent to their gods. And now in South Africa, there are people who defend, not in South Africa, in Africa, there are people who defend foreign religions in a sense that they can divorce their wives if they consider not to take their religion. I can prove that, like, a person can even disown the child if the child decides to take other religion compared to what we are.
Yeah.
They rather disown the child because you are no longer in our family. Because now we as African, we came to a solution whereby religion is part of our culture, which is not. We are just spectators. Because this God that you've been told that he is a God of Isaac, blah, 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 we were not part of that. Even Chinese are not part of that. They know that. That is why they decided to have their own tree to worship. They find it comfortable. But we as Africans, we never worship trees. We never worship water. We had umqali wendlela, omdala wentsuku, umvelinqanga, ukhokho wasemandulo, ukhokho wakhokho, owanyathela umhlaba when the mountain was still wet. And then these foreigners who came into Africa, they removed it in knowledge so that we'll be facing to their religion and start to debate about their religion and study, even doctorate about their religions. Because you come to Islam, if you repent to Christianity, they can kill you sometimes. You come to South Africans, to Christianity, if you repent from Christianity to Islam, they'll disown you. You cannot do this in this house. This is not what we do. My grandfather, my blah, 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 my blah, blah, blah. All have been in Catholic. What are you doing now? We are fighting over foreign religions. We as Africans, we must open up their mind. That is why even our national television will never allow the platform like this to give light to Africans so that we'll know that we are just followers. We are not leaders. We are just followers. We are not leaders. In our continent, we are not forced to worship their gods. But now we are speaking their tongues in order to appease their gods. We are Africa in Africa. Not that we are Africans in Europe. This is our country. That is where we have to stand firm in ovation. Because these people, they know the secret that they cannot share with us because we are foreigners into other religion. Babu Dokotela, let me eat what is expensive.
Now, Babu Dokotela, since religion is also being economized, is commodified, where are we going as Africans with these religions?
Number one, once we civilized the religion, the problem about religion, it has nothing to do with God.
Religion is just religion.
Religion it's an independent platform on its own. It has nothing to do with God. We can improve, use technology, civilize religion, but our God is not civilized.
God is God.
God is not changing. And is getting worried about people who are bailing out their cultures and languages and following other traditions. But he has given us a platform, and then we are leaving our platform empty, and you're moving to other people. And now, since we institute this kind of religion as part of business, this is where we are missing the point. Because the point is one in religion is to harness the soul for God, not to harness money for church. Church does not need money. If people, they find the reason, they can always construct a church wherever. Not that we have to tell people that they have to sacrifice so much because God, at the end of the day, will do something about it. No, don't say things that God didn't tell you because we are not part of that. Babu Dokotela has said it.
Thank you, Babu Dokotela. Now, let us talk about lobolo and the amount of cows that people are paying. And most of them have failed.
Can you hear it? Very nice.
They will even say, umfazi akaqedwa. Because paying ilobolo has become a mission, so commercialized, and it's endless. What can you say to our people, especially the Zulus?
Okay. Well, let's come to Zulu Nation. Zulu Nation, it is an infancy. Zulu Nation, it is so new. It is so new when you do the study of African studies, ancient civilized study of Africa. Zulu, it is like 2 days old. And
it's the youngest.
Yeah, it's one of the youngest. And then I feel weak when people always refer to Zulus as if... Let's talk about Zimbabwe. The oldest bone that was discovered in Zimbabwe was 250,000 years old.
Sure.
Some bones in South Africa that were discovered of Khoisans were 20,000 years old. That is what I'm trying to illustrate, that Zulus is just innovation. Innovation from Ngunis.
Sure.
Yes, innovation from Ngunis. But let's talk about Nguni culture. Nguni culture, number one, who were the Ngunis? Ngunis were dark, short people. Let me correct the spelling. Ngunis were dark, short people, were farmers, were people who were doing cattle farmers and goat farming, not horses and sheep. No. Cows and donkeys. No, cows and goats. And those were Ngunis. We were more likely interested about east part of Africa,
Sure.
since we all descended in part of Nigeria on those all areas, and then we descended down. But Ngunis had one discipline. When you are taking a wife, you must prepare 4 cows. That was changed by Sir Theophilus Potchefstroom and then Attorney General of the time, Somtseu. They come to that resolution that we cannot tolerate this again. Ngunis, they take so many wives in a sense that just now the population will rise, they can overtake the country again. They will rebel against us because we're losing the grip if the population is expanding. And then the reason why you have to pay 4 cows for your wife, it is because the 5th cow, it is for the father, but the 6th cow is for the mother only if the woman is a virgin.
Okay.
But
Terms and conditions apply.
Yes, but let us correct the spelling. I'm not too sure whether I'm correct as well. I'll leave the space of correction. If the child was born out of sin, like incest, uncle sleeping with the sister, father sleeping with the daughter,
yes.
I'm not too sure about the 5th cow. And the 6th cow, I'm not too sure whether you can always find someone who's a virgin at this particular time, whereby you'll be mandated to pay the 6th cow. But let's say the lobolo is 4 cows. Even now, our parents, they know the truth. Once you pay the 6th cow, they said the rest to be cash. They want this one to be genuine, in Zoboya, in isiZulu.
Yeah.
And the rest could be money. But once you pay 6 cows, you can get married now. Not because they know the truth. I feel weak why we as parents, we still run away with the truth, because His Excellency Mangasoto Buthelezi, he knows the truth. And those people were leading the institutions that they could change that back. His late king, Izoletini, he also knows the truth. We regained umhlonyane, and we asked people to bahambe bosoka circumcision. But what about ilobolo? It because it's part of the business. We cannot do business through marital status, because marital status is whereby people they bond for family generation. But now we as Ngunis or Zulu so-called now, we are not telling the truth. This is affecting so many families. So many families, because now our youth is standing at more than 35% unemployed. But we were proven point that out of 30% unemployed, 10% they've got children already.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
They've got children already, but they cannot afford to get married because the cow now is 15,000 times 11. You can buy an RDP house.
15,000 rand times 11.
Times 11. You can buy an RDP house.
It's like 155,000 rand.
Yes, you can get a diploma. You can get a driver's license and still buy a car. But now that is why Africans, they are so backward compared to Indians in South Africa, because they don't have that. That does not affect them. When you love someone else, they exchange gift and set up the date of marriage. Simple as that. Whatever children they've got, they can spend it after getting married. But now in South Africa, if you got 200,000, you cannot get married and buy a house for your house for your wife, because ilobolo alone is commanding 11 cows, of which is 15,000 rand each. You still got what is called a members gift. It is so expensive.
Bridal gifts.
Called bridal gifts. You still have to do what is called. There's something that is done.
Umabo.
No, across uthukela. Lento yokufaka umkhehlo. That
Hey,
thing is
yeah,
expensive. That is expensive. That alone, it makes you single now and again. There is no way that you can literally get married with these 11 cows that are stationary, they are standard, they're not backing down. We have to do umabo, we have to do this, we have to do this, we have to do umkhehlo, and then you still have to buy a house for this woman.
Sure.
Babu Dokotela says, we as elders, we must tell people the truth, and then we must be bold enough, because we are about to die with this truth, and then force our children to pay what is not owed to them. Once you are prepared to get married, only prepare for cows. Simply for cows. Thank you very much.
Babu Dokotela, if there could be a movement that says you're mobilizing young men, let's go see Isilo Samabandla and talk about this thing. Would you support those
I'll
guys?
lead, not support.
You lead.
I'll finance it. I'll pay for the advert on radio.
Sure.
Because His Excellence, the Highness, Excellence Mangosuthu, he has to be there because he knows the truth.
Sure.
I am molding him to cover the truth about lobolo, because something also affected him directly.
Sure.
He knows the truth. He was the governor of KwaZulu-Natal. He knows it. He's the one that should be leveled there in the table, so that he can sign up and cover the truth that he is Attorney General. Some say at that particular day he has changed ilobolo in KwaZulu-Natal as a whole.
This 11 cow mandate must be scrapped. We don't want
Scrap
it.
is crime. It's looting.
It's looting. Looting the poor.
Yes.
Being looted by the poor. All right, thank you very much, Dokotela. Now let's talk about Dokotela about Amanyunduluka and its true effect. Maybe before we must first and foremost describe this Amanyunduluka, because it's a very serious concept, as much as it sounds like Zulu, but
Let's talk about let's talk as if this channel is for Inyanga.
sure.
Yeah, then this is important to know that since we are doing this channel, we are doing it for you so that you'll understand the side effect of imithi yesintu.
Sure.
The traditional herbal medicine. You have to know the side effect.
There are side effects.
There are plenty. There are plenty. There are 101 side effects there. And then we came out to people, lying to people that, oh, our motive has no side effect. What do you mean there's no side effect? Even water that you drink, if you drink too much, it will kill you because it has side effect.
Water itself.
The water itself, because if I can put in a swimming pool and ask you to drink the swimming pool, you'll drown.
Sure.
It has side effect. Everything that you see and don't see, it has side effect. Let's come to Mote Umamponzane. Umamponzane, it is widely used by Izinyanga to make what we call calabash izigubu.
Sure.
Umamponzane, it's one of the things that convert Itongo or Idlos, your ancestors, to accept what you're doing even if it's wrong. We use Umamponzane. But Umamponzane is often used for people who want to initiate wealth quick. If you literally want to be rich quick, you use Umamponzane. But the side effects there, it's real. Umamponzane eats blood. That's number one. You have to slaughter a chicken every new moon.
Can you describe the new moon?
It's up to you have to notice the new moon. When you see the new moon, slaughter a blood.
Okay.
Whenever you see the new moon, slaughter the blood.
Sure.
Umamponzane consume blood. Every new moon, you have to slaughter. But the problem about Umamponzane, when you want to make it powerful, we have to apply it in your body and then eat it with papa, soft papa, or soft porridge.
Sure.
Then your father will die immediately. Then you'll be rich.
What if you don't have a father?
Then I was just illustrating the effect that some people, they take it without knowing that when they convert to this, the father will die.
Okay.
That is a side effect of Umamponzane.
Okay.
But if you don't have a father, it is okay. If you don't have a father, it is okay. But anyone at home who try to be rich, they'll be working for you. Anyone who just graduated in MBA, whenever he gets a job, he won't see or she won't see any money, but you'll be improving because you'll be using each and every platform at home. Anyone who's trying to rise up, you'll be rising up first.
There'll be no progress.
There'll be no progress within the family. The rest will be poor and you'll be rich. If you want that to happen, to see your father die quick, use Umamponzane. It will kill him now. If you want to see the rest of your family begging from you, working for you, begging you, following you, use Umamponzane. You lead, but the rest will be poor. That is a side effect of Umamponzane. I am Babu Dokotela. I use it daily, but I tell a person, when you take this, you must know there are side effects, but you'll be rich quicker than anyone can imagine. But there are side effects. If you accept the side effect, let's talk again at 12 midnight, because at 12 midnight it's whereby you have to make a vow that you take this at your own. I've got nothing to do with this. So that when we pass to Amatonga, I don't have to be stationed and question about you killing everybody at home. Because my intention is one, is to make you rich, no matter what it costs. If you want your family to die, it's up to you. All I want you to make you rich. Simple. But umampuzana has side effect, meaning that ask inyanga yako, your traditional practitioner, Mkhulu, did you add umampuzana here? If the answer is yes, no, Mkhulu, I cannot take it because my father is still alive. Mkhulu, there's no way that you can extract it because I don't see my family becoming poor because of my greediness.
I want to enjoy with my family.
Yes, I want to enjoy with my family. That is a side effect of umampuzana. Siyabonga.
Yo, it's tough, eh?
It is.
That is why some people resort to lottery. And I'm sure they'll come to you for motive for lottery. Do you have anything like that?
Lotto, it is magic. Lotto is illusion. What do you mean, Babu Dokotela, when you say lotto is magic? It is a magic that I send you an SMS in my phone and appear in your phone. That is a magic on its own.
Yeah.
There is nothing that can connect us. You've been overseas, but I can play that magic. I can dance and shoot myself and send you that magic. It is magic. Lotto is magic. Digitally, you play Lotto. On TV, you watch them giving you a result. Computer, give you a Lotto result.
Sure.
Meaning that is magic. There is not that there is no. Babu Dokotela does not know any muti that can produce Lotto numbers. We need to know which muti have you added that can convert magic to your benefit.
Sure.
Because Lotto, number one, it is a logic. It is a magic. When you play Lotto, you know that you are converting yourself into an 92% chances of losing. You only got 8% remaining.
Sure.
Lotto is 8 over 100. 8 over 100. Meaning that every 800 people, only 8 will win significant, not win the jackpot, significant.
Maybe 4 numbers plus bonus, 5 numbers plus bonus.
Because the jackpot is always 2 over 100. There is no way that you can use Muti to convert Lotto numbers towards a benefit, because if you can do that, you can do it every day. Why you do it once and stopped? Why are you stopping? Because there's still money there. Why are you stopping? Now, what I'm telling that, I'm not saying there is no motive for Lotto. I'm saying that first we have to inquire the ingredients that are related to this and ask the consultant, the Inyanga or Sangoma, how many times have you won Lotto using this motive? How many times? How come you can sell me cars while you don't have a car? Because anyone who's selling cars in his yard, surely you must have plus or minus 4 cars already, and the rest is just selling the cars. Babu Dokotela said it. Thanks.
Babu Dokotela, while you are there, you are saying he must prove that he has used this money to win lottery.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Why is Inyanga to not use Moti that they issue to their own clients? Because it's been proven that they had to use this Moti.
Yes. Is Inyanga why the Moti that they dispense to people
they don't use,
but they do not use in their need? If Inyanga has enemies, Inyanga will not use Muti, will hire bodyguards. Simple as that. If Nyanga has a problem with eyesight, Nyanga will not use products like Eye Bright, camphor to steam so that you can able to cleanse the optic.
they don't even eat carrot.
No, because it has carotene, they don't use it. Thereafter, what they do, they normally just wear spectacles. They just wear spectacles. And then it is a shame that same Muti that is all over in our practice room, we don't use it. It's only prepared for people like me and you to buy it. And these Nyangas, they don't have confidence to the product that they sell. They don't have.
Aibo.
And then only find out that if a Nyanga has a court case, he rush to get good advocates, not lawyers, not lawyers.
You get a team of lawyers.
No, not lawyer, not a lawyer.
Yes.
There's a lawyer, there's an attorney, there's an advocate. Inyanga will rush to an advocate. No, they don't use Muti. If we're talking about muti, no, that muti will take time. If we are in quarrel with Inyanga won't use muti to hit you, just hire hitmen to kill you. Simple as that. But we as Inyanga, we must prove to people that what we tell people is what we use. In my car, whenever I go, I always got my bag. My bag, it has elite powers of muti. Powerful one. It always in my bag because whenever I hit a trouble, I can park on a side and hit it. I don't have to call someone else. No. I am always ready as if it's yesterday. I'm ready in a sense that I've been told. No, I'm always ready. And then in a sense that I don't have to, if I meet this objection and get bodyguards to come and help me. No. If I don't want people to interfere with me, let me use the smooth. If I want a person to agree with me, let me use the smooth. Simple as that. And then now we came to a resolution whereby Inyangas hate their own motives. They don't use it. It's like a doctor who doesn't want to be admitted. It is wrong for us as Inyanga. We must use what we give to people, which means what we are preaching, we don't practice. Babu Dokotela said it.
Yep, it's tough, eh?
It is. We don't trust ourselves.
But guys, you must trust yourself. Well, now back to our main topic, Amanyunduluka or Abatswepi. Can you just lecture us about this one?
Amanyunduluka.
Yeah, I don't want to ask any specific question. Just lecture us. We're in the university. Viewers at home must take notes now.
If we are talking about Amanyunduluka or Abatswepi, those are cosmic spirits. Let me correct the spelling. Those are cosmic spirit.
Sure.
Are mountainous spirit. Are marine spirit. But I'm not into marine. But those are cosmic spirit. When they fall, they land into sea or into dams or rivers or mountains and dwell there. But they most of the time are mountainous spirit. There are people every week they go to the marine or to the river or a dam. They chant or invoke those powers of the spirit or of negative spirit. Or some people, they go to the mountains and they're going to pray. They don't know that which spirits are they invoking. Normally, they invoke those negative spirits. What I mean by negative spirit, those are demonic spirits. Those spirits, they normally worry us. They worry people. Children will be screaming at schools because of those spirits. Those spirits, they like charismatic attention. And then people will be affected by this spirits in a sense that a person will be initiated as a sangoma and last 2 to 3 months, and that person will stop again. And then this person will go to church and start to be so serious about church, and thereafter that person will be corrupted as well. And then those spirits called Amanyunduluka, they normally like to raise itself as prophet. And there are so many people around the corner now. They were not even. They were just evangelists, not even a reverence. Now, once they left the church and they become prophets, those spirits, they affect those people. And then we notice people who are affected by the cosmic spirit, they start to hate the current religion that they were brought up.
Okay.
Because these spirits are so charismatic, and those people, they like to lead even in social media platform because they just want to express these spirits, and they tell you that God who said is God is this today, the Bible that says this today is this, or the Quran that says this is this today, and they start to convert everything and start to shift things around using lies most of the time. And they preach so good. At the end of the day, they've got motives. They speak so good. They fast without knowing very well they just finished to eat. Because they had to vomit every morning. There's no way that you can vomit and still continue fasting. Once you vomit, you must eat. And they'll fast with them. And those people are affected by those spirits called Amanyunduluka. They like to prophesy a lot because they prophesy. And then those people are affected by so-called Amanyunduluka spirit. Those are cosmic spirits. They are spirits who don't wish anyone well, but that's just spirit of destruction. When your child is affected by spirit, the child becomes arrogant. You can end up taking a child to a psychic hospital because you may assume that there's something wrong in it. No, there's nothing wrong. It's just that spirit is affecting the child.
But Doctor, have you noticed that most churches in the city are breakaway churches?
Yes, breakaway churches.
Is there a relationship between these breakaway churches and these Amanyunduluka spirits? Because as you articulate your position, I'm tempted to ask this question because these breakaway churches, they call it my father in the Lord.
Yes.
They are not in good terms.
They'll never be in good terms because most of the time, what makes them to break away is the truth that is within the house of the Lord. It is the truth. And then the truth is so bitter. There are people today at home, they were practicing Islam. Today, there are bodybuilders in Durban. They're selling drugs because the truth within the house, it was too much for them to carry. And you find that people in our gospel today, because of the truth that is mounted above, and they cannot tolerate it again. And those breakaways, most of the time, they drink a lot. They've got enough girlfriends to keep them happy.
Sure.
And in their previous church, it was not allowed to drink, to smoke, to have so many girlfriends.
Not even one girlfriend.
Is it?
You must have a wife.
I didn't know that because I don't go to church.
You must get married.
And that is why these spirits called Amanyunduluka or Abatswepi, they affect that. They start to break things till no one else can hold it. And when they break out, they'll start to raise their platforms by hating, by swearing those people who are still within that congregation.
And they call themselves young lions.
They could be young lions, they could be prophet. I don't know what are they profiting, because it will be a time for myself to challenge these people so-called prophet, because I need to define the terminology of the word prophet. How many prophets we had in the Bible? They were prophesying about what?
Sure.
The prophet was one. Is what Yeshua HaMashiach. That's all. Messiah. All these prophets, they were prophesying one thing about Messiah. Messiah was born. That's all. Prophets finished.
Sure.
And then we need to break down this prophecy and these professors. Who is a professor? Who should we call a professor? Is it professor is a permanent or it's a position at varsity? Because now there are so many professors hanging on the street. Some of them, they're even poor.
Yeah.
They don't have even shaving blades. I'm Professor Muhlal. No, nonsense.
You can't buy yourself a loaf of bread.
I don't know. These prophets as well, we need to give time. I'll give you a document so that you'll understand why we got so many prophets. What is the meaning of being a prophet? You are propheting about what? What have you prophesied now? What is going to happen that God has told you only? What is different between me and you? Why God trusted you?
They couldn't tell us about Corona coming.
They all lied. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. By all means, we are prepared to bring you something with the content. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Babu Dokotela. That was the end of our show. Catch us again next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.